Hi guys, welcome to the session today. I'm glad to see you both made it. Did you guys have any issues getting into the Zoom call today? No? Okay,
Nope.
good, good. So I just want to make sure before we get started, you guys are both in a comfortable place right now, free of any interruption. Okay, good. Okay, well, I guess we can just go ahead and get started. Gina, why don't you tell me what brings you guys in today?
So Shannon's dad married my mom a little. Sorry, did
That's
Go with it.
okay.
I say it right?
No, you're fine.
So, yeah, sorry, it's an uncomfortable situation. They asked us to come to counseling today because Shannon and I aren't getting along very well.
Okay. Shannon, do you have anything else you'd like to add to that?
No, I think that's exactly why we're here, but there are a lot of reasons of why we're not getting along that I'll be sure to go into details in a little bit.
Okay. All right. So it sounds like your parents are kind of the reason that you guys are here. Are you both like wanting to be here or is it
No.
something? No? What about you, Gina?
I'm willing to work to have a less hostile living environment.
Okay. Okay. So Shannon, so you said no. Would you care to kind of elaborate on that a little bit?
Sure. So I don't want to be here at all, just for the fact that I hope that my dad divorces her mom soon so that we don't have to be sisters anymore because I'm tired of it. So I don't think this fixing it's not going to work anyway.
And so what is it about is it more about Gina or more about your dad's situation?
A little of both. Gina was just an added terrible bonus. My dad what happened was he cheated on my mom with Gina's whore mother, and now they're married, and I'm just kind of stuck here.
Okay. And so I'm picking up kind of like the language you're using and things like that. Is that language that you use a lot within your home and within the family?
It was in the home that I was birthed in, that was a put together family that has now been ripped apart because of Gina's whore mother.
Okay. And so Gina, I'd like to ask you, what are your feelings about your mother and stepfather's relationship?
I think that they made a unfortunate decision in marrying each other because I think we just come from very different households. I don't really use the language that Shannon and her family use or have that kind of negative attitude, and I feel like it just doesn't mesh well together.
Okay. And so I'd like to ask you both as well. Obviously, you're in a remarried family. Do both of you still spend time with your other parents?
I try to spend as much time with her as possible just because I want to get away from where I'm living.
Hmm. What
I
about
try to balance out seeing both.
you? Okay. And so are you both often there together at the same time, or how does that, how's like scheduling between households?
Gina?
So Shannon tries not to be in the house, which, is good or bad because obviously we don't have issues then, as much when she and I are not under the same roof, but, it is what it is.
Hmm. And Shannon?
Yeah, I try to leave as much as possible because I don't want to see either of their faces.
Okay. And so has this happened, like this type of hostility in the relationship in this family, has it happened since the very beginning?
Yeah, just because of how it started, I've always had this resentment, and I don't think it's a type of resentment that's gonna leave anytime soon.
Okay. And so I'm curious, have you guys tried um, anything at home? Like, has your family tried any tactics to get you guys to get along or to kind of mend these relationships at all?
Her mom tries more than my dad, but my dad is kind of at the point where he knows that I'm old enough now that no matter what he says or tries to make me do, it's not going to happen if I don't want it to happen.
Okay. And so what types of techniques or things has your stepmom tried to do? Like, has she tried, spending more quality time with you or anything like
Yeah,
that?
she tries to do like family dinners every other night. And then conveniently, I'm sick on those nights. So I just don't eat or I take it upstairs to my room. And then, like, on the weekends, she'll try to, do you guys want to do a game night? No, I do not. So then I go to my friend's house.
Okay. And Gina, are you a full participant in those events or do you do the same thing?
I try to be there as much as possible, but without Shannon there, it's not, there's nothing much to work on. So,
Okay. Okay, well, it seems like our time is kind of coming to an end here. I did get a lot out of talking with both of you today. I know we didn't really work on some techniques that we can try to mend this or, um, work on towards future sessions, but would you both be willing to come back for another session in the future?
I would be.
You would?
I
Okay.
guess.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we can, I'd love to work that out with both of you, something that would work either within the next week or we could go 2 weeks out. It's something that I can work with your parents as well. But I'm really glad that you both made it in today and that you were both willing to share and be vulnerable with me about your situation. And we'll get that scheduled for you guys. Sound good?
Yep.
You.
All right. We'll see you guys later. In talking about my strengths and weaknesses, I think there are quite a few on each side, I would say. As far as strengths go, I think that I am someone who can be comfortable in many different situations. I like the challenge of being thrown into things that are maybe a little bit out of my comfort zone. Obviously, I don't know how that's going to look in a therapy session just yet, but I do get excited about, being put in with people to be able to help them in whatever ways that I can. I look forward to that. And then I think just kind of being aware of the room and what feelings are being presented by each person that I'm working with. I am pretty good at being able to recognize when somebody is getting upset, whether it's with sadness or anger or whatever, or they're in a good mood. I'm able to pick up on those things pretty easily. I would say I think some weaknesses that I have is just kind of basic stuff without being in practice. Things like not feeling confident in what approach I should take with a client or clients, what type of tools I should be giving them, things like that, which are things that I know will come in time with practice. And so that's, again, something I look forward to and see as more of a challenge than I do as a setback, which I'm pretty excited about. Sorry. Another weakness I would say is I do kind of catch myself on my words. I have awkward pauses. I say a lot, things like that. And so that obviously can be a little bit uncomfortable within situations, but I think the more that I work with people, the more I'm able to get out of that shell and am able to enunciate what I'm trying to say and get it through clearly towards whoever I'm working with. And so those are kind of the big things that I think are my strengths and weaknesses. I would say another strength that I am pretty proud of, but I don't know how true it is. I think it's something that I would have to have somebody tell me, like, this is true about myself, would be that I am able to stay pretty neutral in my facial expressions, and then just in regards to if I'm working with multiple people, being able to keep the ball moving on who's talking, not focusing directly on one person for too long. And if it is, problematic, or someone is giving me more reason to be interested in what they have to bring to the session, to still come back and make sure that that other person is present and able to speak and get things out as well. Because it is important to understand the full picture and not just one person's side of it, or, we are working in a program that is systemic and not just individually based. So to be able to look at everybody in the room and say, you have a voice, and what is your experience, what is your truth, and what do you have to share in the moment? I think those are really important things that I want to bring to the table when I'm working with people, and more than just individually, when I'm working with families or couples, or whoever walks into my office as I'm working. And so I think those are my ultimate overall strengths. Again, definitely could use some practice with approaches and things like that. And then of course my language, I'm terrible at saying and pauses and all of that stuff. So those are things I want to work on and plan on working on. And again, I'm just really excited to get out there and start working with people and getting all that practice under my belt. So I hope to be considered for internship, and I'm really looking forward to it.